Friends and family of the Red Cup Review, welcome back, and to the rest of YouTubers, I hope you guys are having a great week. Today we're looking at the Commissioner Gordon Bat Signal 2-pack. It comes kind of Mezco summer exclusive, and the figure is amazing. It's got a really awesome wow factor when you first open it up. The paint job on the actual Bat Signal itself makes it almost look like it's die cast. The tailoring on the figure is almost perfect. It's practically perfect. Anyways, guys, please check out the rest of the videos we got going on here and subscribe. Let's check out the video. Take 15. How many takes it took to do this? 15 takes. Alright, everybody, time to dial up the wow factor, because in a word, this figure is awesome. I mean, who wants an old man, right? Nonsense. If you're a Batman fan and a collector of him, it's a big miss, man. This is a big swing and a miss for those of you that did not get your hands on this Commissioner Gordon figure, because personally, I think Mezco just outdoes themselves over and over again. All right, let's break it down. He comes with the Bat Signal. He's got this big diorama here. We'll get into that a little later on. You got your plain base. Not a fan of the Mezco bases, guys. I'm sorry. It's just way too plain for me. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 interchangeable hands. He's got the standard single bullet the accessory that we see all the time. He's got 2 different heads. You got the old Gordon that I'm putting on because that's what I'm going with. And you got Lieutenant Gordon here, right? So you got your before and after. Figure is great. What else does he come with? He's got this walkie-talkie right here that I already have him attached up, right? So I already got him like all geared up and stuff. So it doesn't look like he comes with much, but he's also got his badge. He's got this walkie-talkie, the vest, and on the side here he has a holster. You have to plug all these things here. You have to plug in individually, right? So they come separate. You got to plug them onto the belt. Be careful. Very small pegs, and obviously his gun that goes into the holster there. Let's take a closer look. All right, Jimmy Boy comes with 2 portraits. We're going to be taking a look at the Lieutenant James Gordon first, and it was super smart and crafty of Mezco to include a both younger and an older version of James Gordon for this figure. The hair is done very nicely, although not a whole lot of depth to it that we're used to, but still, the paintwork on it is very well done. Doesn't this scream Tom Selleck? I swear, I want to catch the guy who sculpted this and be like, I know you were watching Blue Bloods when you made this version of Jim Gordon, and now that I think of it, Tom Selleck would probably play an amazing Jim Gordon. Right, there you go. The eyes in there, we get a good look at the eyes. Very nicely done. This has got to be like I don't know, this is the mid-30s, maybe early 40s version of Jim Gordon right here. We got James at the end of his career, probably around between the ages of 65, I want to say, to 70, and from just being worn out, right? Now you follow a bat around for 20 plus years and you'll look like this too. The sculpt is completely different. You got the lines around his neck, you got lines on the side of his face, deep lines from having to hold down the city for as long as he had to. The hair sculpt is different. You could even see, quick comparison, right? You could see that the years have not been good to Jim. And the paintwork on this is just way better. This is the head sculpt I'm going with because it just adds another layer of nuance and depth to it, right? Look at the way it just works. The extra coloring in the hair and the mustache and in the eyebrows. Absolutely great, right? Now we're going to take a look at the figure's articulation and his outfit, right? So bear with me, everybody. He's probably on the ash buck. He's got single jointed elbows. He's got pretty good rockers in the ankles. Right, the ankles go in about that far. They go out pretty good. Right, he's got the double jointed knees. His legs split out about that far. You want to watch for the seam up in here. But when has Jim Gordon ever done that? The knee goes out about that far, and it comes up about yay high. Right, so works out pretty good for him. The waist swivel is excellent. He won't crouch forward too much. He's not going to be doing too many ab crunches. The head looks up pretty high. So you can look up into the sky to see when Batman's swooping in and he looks all the way down, right? That works out great. This figure is freaking awesome. Okay, on to the outfit himself. Oh, be careful with the glasses. The glasses do not come off. When you pulling the head sculpts on and off, these will snap. So you might want to try and grab it from an angle that's not going to squeeze on the glasses themselves. All right, this zipper works up and down. The trench coat, which is, I'm not, the stitch job could have been a little bit better there. Not really feeling the inside of the coat, but there's really diesel durable wires up in here. So you can actually catch, all right, you do this, and you can add another point of articulation that you can make his coat look like it's blowing in the wind. If you position it and maneuver it enough, you can get it to look like the coat is actually blowing away from his body. You could even curl it up in there and do one of those, right? So that's pretty awesome if you pose masters out there. All right, these things plug in. That's where the stuff plugs in. There's a bunch of things on the belt there that plug in like that. So you want to be careful, because if you mess around too much, you can snap that. So be careful. Right? Getting the coat on wasn't too much of a problem. I do like the material the coat used. It's nice. You can have to worry about these buttons falling off the way that they're put on there. There's the back of the coat. I actually like this trench coat better than I do like the Joker's. It's not leathery. It's more material feeling, so that's pretty awesome. Let's take a look at some other features. The tailoring on Jim is probably some of the best that Mezco has ever done. The pants fit absolutely perfectly. Let's take a scroll down to give you guys an idea of how they sit absolutely perfectly tailored to the top of his shoes there. Right? And here's another accessory I didn't mention before. He actually comes with a little watch. Right? And what's cool about the watch, this is like a super, super small detail, right? Let's take a look. That watch looks like it's at about 20, right? 1:20 in the morning, right around the time maybe he'd be meeting up with Batman, right? It looks about 1:20, right? 1:20 or 2:20, something like that. And the zipper goes up and down, obviously. He looks great like this as well if you want to have him like that. On the back, it has the GCPD symbol and the straps. All this is done very quality. Be careful when putting this on and off. This is a pain. You got big fingers. Good luck trying to get this thing to zipper up, because it took me some time. Take your time. You don't want this stuff ripping off on you. I don't know if these things open. I don't think they do. I'm not going to risk it. But he looks all right. So let's take the zipper down. Zipper down. Come on. Zipper down on us, right? And then we're going to hold it there and open it up. Give you guys a look at the tie and the shirt underneath. Right? Let's take this off and try to take a look at him with just his shirt on. All right, now this is what Jim looks like without his SWAT vest on or his jacket. And I wanted to show you guys this accessory. Even though the paint on it and the brushwork on it is really well done, this is going to be a nightmare. And I have a feeling there's a lot of collectors are going to have a lot of broken accessories, because right here, very fragile point there, very fragile point up here. And it's held on with a magnet, right? So when you go to take it on and off, don't yank it from here. The plastic will snap. You want to slide it down and come off. There's the magnet, and boom, goes right back on. So there's a magnet in his chest. Here's another thing that I thought was excellently well done. The tie actually stays down. The tie sets. This is part of why the tailoring is so important on a figure. The tie, some ties, especially sometimes in the 1/6 market, will do this. They'll lift off the chest, and you don't have to like kind of pose them down and push them down. The tie actually sits pretty flush against his chest. Excellent work, excellent tailoring. I can't speak highly enough about it. And as you can see here, the walkie-talkie is actually attached, and it's unfortunately one full molded piece. That is a miss on the figure. That is a big miss, because I wish he could have been able to just hold the walkie-talkie in his hand like that, because this is not going to reach and snap to the belt. And if you pull it, see how that's already starting to pull there? See that in the corner right where my thumb is? Bad news bears for you. But overall, I got to tell you, the figure is got a quality that, you know, I don't know, man. This is why us adult collectors are still collecting toys into our 30s and 40s, guys. Well, maybe 20s. Just to show you guys how Commissioner Gordon stacks up against other Mezco figures in the Batman genre. And I'm not going to show you how Commissioner Gordon stacks up against other figures from other action figure lines. I know there are plenty of other YouTubers out there that do the same thing. But for those of you guys, we know this ain't your first rodeo. You're not going to be buying Commissioner Gordon if you don't have Batman or at least Joker. And you pretty much know how those figures look with other action figure lines and how they stack up. So Commissioner Gordon's basically the same size, so you really don't need to see it. And here is the bat signal. Guys, this is absolutely terrific. It's got 2 LED lights, one up here, one down here. All these other ones just kind of look like they're LEDs, but they're not. There's terrific paintwork on this. This is like the actual figure. Forget Gordon. Gordon's the accessory. This is the figure right here. It's got articulation point here, and over here on the other side, and over here it swivels, but you got to be careful. So even though it swivels here and here, it swivels more than that. Show you guys real quick. You got to be careful right here with these wires, because they will snap, right? So you get a little bit of playroom with it. See how it swivels? And it swivels back the other way, but don't twist it around too much. And obviously it goes forward, and it goes all the way up, right? So you got your articulation points on there. Here is the trigger to actually light it up. Light it up. Boom, it goes on, and it's on, right? And an actual working mechanism there is great. It looks like these lights are always on, which is always nice for me because you know how I am with that stuff. It takes 3 AAA batteries. You got your on-off switch, so you just turn it off and you don't have to worry about the switch just kind of flicking on, right? And there are these little pads underneath here so you don't scratch whatever surface it's on, right? Look at the paintwork on this thing. It's really some of Mezco's absolute best work. I can't talk, you know, I got to tell you, you know, they really knocked this out of the park, man. They got to keep it going. Come on, Mezco. Keep these accessories going because you guys killed it with the Lawmaster, and you guys killed it with the Frankenstein diorama, and now they're killing it with this. And it's excellent. I can't really speak enough about it. It really is. Absolutely wonderful. This is like one of my... This is like a piece that I opened up, and it was like, wow. Wow factor. Big time wow factor with this. Now we're going to check out how the light up feature actually works. So you see this little lever right there? That's the actual real-time switch in order to get this thing working. We have to film it in low light though, because with the big LEDs on, it doesn't pick up the light, right? Bam, there you go. And it comes with 3, I believe it's AAA batteries, right? And you can see how big the diorama is. It's probably about around 12 inches tall. It's about twice the size of a standard Mezco figure. And now we're going to see this thing in low light to see if it actually shines on a wall and stuff like that. All right, we're in a completely pitch black room, and this is how the bat signal lights up. It's such a great bat symbol on the signal there, right? And you can actually get it to project on your wall as well. Right, there you go. And the closer you make it, obviously, the smaller it's going to get. And you can really get this thing to look huge on a wall by moving it further and further away. But it looks great. It's really high-powered LEDs in there, man. It looks really wonderful. Look, we'll even blind everybody. Right now we all need glasses.
So you've come back to die with your city.
Here's the Gotham City rooftop diorama, everybody, and it's a nice flat matte finish, which is cool, which means it won't reflect the light too badly in photographs, which is pretty good for you photographers out there. And it comes with a couple of different parts. This piece back here, this down here, that's 2, 3, 4. These you actually have to kind of fold in there yourself. But where the seams are, you lay that flat like that, and it looks good, especially when you do this, right? Wonderful. And you get another one too. So you get 2 of them. Then you get this piece here, which is this is heavy duty cardstock. This is, you hear that? Nice heavy duty. I wouldn't bend this, but I'm putting some pressure on it and it ain't bending, so that's good. And this thing kind of folds closed. It's about 12 inches tall, and it opens up. You could open it up a little bit more even, and you can do something like this. Oh look, I can see a piece of the table, and then you drop one of those in there like that. And drop that in there like that, and now you cover it up, or you could drop it like this, I would guess, right? Just like that. Bring it in a little bit, and now you can like look out on the city, and here's Gordon right there on the diorama. You can see how big it really is. Look at that. Bam, that thing is huge. This is great, guys. This thing's got a lot of wow factor to it. Even the wife came through and was like, damn, I didn't think he came with that much. It's awesome. Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, but stay tuned and don't touch that dial because Jim Gordon is getting 4.75. That's 4 3/4 cups from the Red Cup review because he's practically a perfect iteration of the character. Between perfect tailoring, the paint job on the bat signal itself, and the 2 different head sculpts, with all the different accessories he has, he is borderline perfect, especially with this diorama. It is made so well, it's going to make you wish that all your other Mezco figures came with something like this as well. As a matter of fact, Mezco, if you're listening, start including this on all your other figures. It's fantastic. Reason why he's only getting 4.75 cups and not a perfect 5 out of 5 is because of the double jointed elbows. Yes, all figures should come with double jointed elbows at this point, along with his walkie-talkie. I wish you would actually able to have him hold the walkie-talkie in his hand. Aside from it being fragile, this is a borderline perfect figure. Anyways, guys, we'll see you on the next episode. We're going to be doing some hot toys and hopefully some more Mezco soon too. Catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.